After 15 years of being in the sphere of influence of Polish people and thinking that I've seen it all and I've heard it all and that maybe there's not that much more than they can teach me, I have to say that this past week, they taught me a new lesson. Boom! Boom! Cześć ludzie! What's up people? Hola, JT here. Welcome to another episode. If you were to ask me, what is the sales pitch of this channel? What is this channel about? Cultural observations about Poland from the perspective of a foreigner. So I try to decode Polish culture, Polish mindset, Polish people, their characteristics, their mindsets, and I try to use my life experiences, my previous job experiences, to just basically make sense to it all. But having said that, in my journey to getting to know this culture, I equate this to an office where there's a door that you slowly get access to and you get to see how things work. And you think like, wow, I think I'm in now. But then at the corner, there's a cubicle made of glass walls, tempered glass. And you can see that there are people behind that glass and there's something happening there. That is the room where the really important things are taking place. Even if you are inside the office, that still doesn't mean that you are inside the room where the decisions are made and where people really are themselves. And if I try to make sense of that analogy, that room with tempered glass is the true essence of what Polish people are about. And I am starting to understand what is behind that glass. I can take a peek from time to time. Sometimes I can even put a foot inside that room. I cannot say that I am totally inside the room, but I'm starting to see and decode the inner workings of what is it to be a Pole and what is it to understand Polish culture to a magnified level. And when you get to this point where I'm at, it's very easy to make assumptions that, hey, maybe Poles can no longer teach me anything that is entirely new. Maybe I already know all the angles. Of course, I don't know everything, but I kind of know the angles. And I have to say that this week has been very enlightening to me. Polish people have done something that I was not expecting. But we have to start from the beginning. If you have been following me for a while, you know that I am also a musician. I used to be, maybe still am, an artist. I used to put out music. Hard to be without you, my dear. Please do not disappear. Release songs on Spotify. I can barely breathe. Go and play shows live. And do the whole artist thing. It made me really, really happy. Then COVID happened and there was a stop for all of us musicians. And in 2021, I had one gig that became, without me knowing, the last gig that I was going to have for 5 years. Never forgotten, you nobody will go unsaved. That's until I received a message on Instagram by a lovely gentleman named Yves, who along with his partner Daria were opening a Caribbean food restaurant in Warsaw. They very warmly expressed how they've been watching my content for years and they really wanted to invite me to the opening of the restaurant. To which I said, of course, I'll be there. Caribbean food to people that have been supporting me for years is a match that I for sure can support. But then I got the most interesting part of the message, which is that they said they wanted me to perform at the grand opening of the restaurant. On Instagram, for example, I post regular, short little covers of songs or little performances of my own songs. It's something that I do because it makes me happy. You guys don't see much of that part here on YouTube because YouTube is a little bit weird with the whole copyright infringement and all these things. It's very complicated. So when they asked me to perform, I don't know, I just said yes. But I immediately felt a little bit like, whew, what am I gonna do? I really haven't performed in front of anybody in 5 years. To an artist, that sometimes feels like it was just yesterday, but at the same time, it feels like a lifetime away. You don't know where you're at. You don't know if you're even going to be able to do it properly. Am I going to be so scared that my knees are going to shake to the point that I'm not going to be able to perform? Is my voice going to come out? Or is it just going to feel like just another day at the office and hey, you know what? We've been here before. And this is where Polish people come into play. Whenever I uploaded those little covers on Instagram, I would get some likes, I would get some comments. Some specific people were very supportive, but in general, especially compared to the content that I usually share when it comes to Polish culture, Polish people's observations, stuff like that, it was like nothing in comparison, right? Like if the Polish content would get this level of engagement, the music stuff would be like a little bit like this, you know? So again, music is very subjective. Many things come into play. First of all, whether people like or don't like my voice or my performance style. Maybe they don't like this particular song that I'm covering for different reasons, right? Maybe they like it, but they don't feel compelled to give it a thumbs up, or they don't feel compelled to send me a message or to share with their friends. That's how it is. It is what it is. It became very quickly something that I did mostly for me, to feel good, to keep myself in some sort of shape musically, which now I know that turned out to be useful because I played that gig for the first time in 5 years and a couple of little hiccups, but for the most part, it was pretty okay. But the point of the story is what happened during the week from the moment that I got told about this gig and I accepted it to the actual performance. 6 days. And during those 6 days, I even put aside creating content. I didn't release anything last week here because I was focusing on rehearsing, getting back on the horse of performance, trying to once again go into that mental space where I was an artist again. But then it happened. The night arrived for my gig and for my performance. And I decided that I was going to do a live on Instagram. I was going to record it. And I even said that, hey, if I'm going to fail, let's fail, you know, let's throw the house out the window. If I'm going to fail, let's fail in front of the 32,000 people that follow me on Instagram. That's it. No problem. And when the performance was done, I shared the live as a reel. And then I shared another song as a reel. And it was really magical. People started really showing their love. They started telling me how great it was, how surprised they were, how they enjoyed it. They were liking the videos, they were sharing the videos. It was very, very unique to what any content related to music that I'd done before. And it taught me a new lesson about Polish people. They don't show their support in a loud manner. They are not going to shower you with praises. They are not going to be telling you and patting you on the shoulder. Dude, that's amazing. Great, you did amazing. Oh, we cannot wait. They're not excitable. They are observant. They take their time to say something because what they say needs to really convey what they feel. Otherwise, it's not worth it. To others, sometimes it may even feel like you're shouting into a void. Like no one is paying attention, no one is really interested. But that could not be further from the truth, at least from my previous experience. They don't need to broadcast their enthusiasm. They just wait silently, patiently. And when it's time to really support you, when it's time for them to really show up, I'll be damned if they don't show up. That was so meaningful to me. First of all, it's meaningful because music is a meaningful thing to me. Now, listen, I'm 44. I don't have any delusions of grandeur where I'm going to become the next David Podchadło, right? Like I'm not. At my age with children and responsibilities, no. I mean, weirder things have happened. Maybe you'll see me play in Stadium Narodowe at some point. Jokes aside, in reality, I do believe that train has shipped. I just want to play music. I just want to play live because it really makes me happy. Some people would like to come and see the shows. So why not? I will be doing a lot more of that. Thank you to everyone that supported me. Everyone that was there, that watched the live, later that sent me messages. People that expressed that they really want to come see me play live, because this event was a private event. Some people wanted to come to see me. And I was like, wow, that really warms my heart, because, you know, I will continue to do this. Maybe some of you guys watching will come to one of the gigs. I will invite you when the time is right. 15 years later, both are still teaching me things. Thank you for watching.